Today, I shall explain the black body radiation, and the distribution of energy in the black body. Now, first of all, see what is meant by a black body. A body that emits or absorbs all wavelengths of radiation is called a black body. When radiation incident on the black body, it absorbs all wavelengths of radiation irrespective of wavelengths that incident on the black body. Therefore, a body that absorbs all wavelengths of radiation that incident on it is called a black body. So, black body is a good observer, and when such bodies are heated to high temperatures, then it will also emit all wavelengths of radiation. So, when it is heated, it also emits all wavelengths that were observed by it. Therefore, a black body can be considered as a good emitter as well as a good observer. So, black body is a good emitter as well as good observer of radiation. Good observers of radiation. Now, we have a natural black body. Example, sun can be considered as a natural black body. Sun can be considered as a natural black body because we presume that it will emit all wavelengths of radiation: infrared rays, ultraviolet rays, visible rays, gamma rays, X-rays, and so on. As it emits all wavelengths, it can be considered as a good emitter of radiation. Therefore, it is a black body. Now, on that, generally, fairy black body is considered as our man-made black body. That means it can be considered as 99% of the fairy black body. They have designed in such a way that it can absorb or it can emit 99% of the radiation. Therefore, it is very close to the natural black body. Now, let us see the construction of a black body. Now, fairy black body fairy black body it consists of two hollow spheres. Fairy black body consists of two hollow spheres like this. This is sphere, outer sphere is S1 and inner sphere is S2. And these two will have a small opening W at one side and there will be conical projection C inside the hollow sphere. The inner sphere is completely coated with black. It is coated with black. It is coated with black. Inner surface of the inner sphere is coated with black, whereas the outer surface of the outer sphere is coated with nickel. Nickel coated with nickel to avoid loss of radiation. Now, because the inner surface is coated with black, it will absorb the radiation that incident inside the black body. And the space between the two spheres is evacuated. This is vacuum. Since the space is evacuated, there will not be loss of thermal radiation due to conduction or convection. So this is the construction. Once again, it consists of two hollow spheres S1 and S2 enclosed one over the other, and those will have common open window, W small opening at one end W. The inner surface of the inner sphere is coated with black, so that the sphere will absorb radiation that enters into the sphere, whereas the outer surface is coated with nickel to avoid loss of radiation due to the loss of heat due to radiation. And there will be a small conical projection opposite to the window, so that the entered radiation will undergo reflection and the space between the spheres is completely evacuated to prevent the loss of heat due to conduction and convection. Now, how it will work? See, when thermal radiation coming from the black body, radiation coming from the black body incident at the window, then it enters into the sphere. It will enter incident on the conical projection and will undergo reflection like this. When it incident on the surface, a part of the radiation is absorbed by the surface and remaining is reflected. Again, a part of the radiation is absorbed by the surface and remain and again reflected. In this manner, the radiation that enters into the black body, hollow sphere, will undergo repeated reflections continuously, and in each reflection the thermal radiation will be absorbed by the surface and finally the total radiation will remain in the surface. Thus, the entire incident radiation is absorbed by the surface within the black body. Now, when this black body is taken into the dark room and it is heated, you find that the radiation will be coming out through the window. And you can observe a small glow at the window of the black body. The glowness of the window represents the emission of the radiation through the window. In this manner, this very black body will absorb radiation when it enters into it, and it will emit radiation when it is heated. So, it can be considered as 99% of the perfect black body. Now, let us see the distribution, how the energy is distributed in the black body. The distribution of energy, the black body radiation, was experimentally studied by Leumann and Pringsheim. Pringsheim and Leumann explain the energy of the black body. They have studied with experiment the energy of the black body. Black body spectrum. This was Pringsheim and Leumann studied the distribution of energy in the black body. Their experimental arrangement is shown in the figure. It consists of fluorspar prism, and this is the black body. And this is the bolometer connected to a galvanometer. This is M1 and M2 are two mirrors. He is a fluorspar prism. Now, the experimental arrangement is shown in the figure. Light coming from the black body S passes through the slit S1 and incident on the reflecting mirror, plane reflecting mirror M1. Then the radiation reflected from the mirror passes through fluorspar prism and again transmitted. This transmitted radiation again incident on the another plane mirror into and incident on the bolometer. The bolometer will absorb the radiation and it is connected to the galvanometer. The radiation incident on the bolometer will cause current in the galvanometer. Therefore, by measuring current in the galvanometer, you can measure the intensity of thermal radiation coming from the black body. Therefore, here the current, the dispersion in the galvanometer is directly proportional to intensity or energy of the thermal radiation. Therefore, by measuring the reflection, we can measure the intensity of radiation that is emitted by the black body. Thus, Bernstein and Lehman have studied the distribution of energy in the black body. What they have found in the black body spectrum is results of the black body spectrum results. They have found that the energy is distributed through the black body and the distribution of energy is independent of nature of the black bodies. Therefore, the distribution of energy and the distribution of energy will be shown in the figure like this. They have plotted a graph between the intensity and the wavelength of radiation that passing through the prism. Now, they have found that the distribution of energy will be like this. This is at say 12,600 Kelvin, and this is at say 1450 Kelvin, and this is another temperature say 1646 Kelvin. They have studied the distribution of energy in the black body for different bodies at a different temperature, and they have found these results. So, what they have found is the distribution of energy is similar in all bodies. That means the distribution of energy is independent of nature of the black body. Distribution of energy in the spectrum is independent of nature of the black body. Whatever may be the black body used, and they will obtain a similar graphs for those black bodies. Now, the energy distribution is not uniform. Distribution of energy is not uniform at all wavelengths. That means the intensity, the energy density of the radiation is less at shorter wavelength and gradually increases and again decreases. Therefore, the intensity of the spectrum radiation is minimum at a shorter wavelength as well as at longer wavelength. It is maximum at a medium wavelength. the energy density is less at a shorter and longer wavelengths. It is maximum at a middle wavelengths, medium of wavelength. Now, as the temperature is increased, the curve moving upwards. That means area enclosed by the curve increases. Area enclosed by the curve indicates the energy, total energy of the black body. So, as the temperature increases, the intensity of radiation gradually increases. So, as the temperature of the black body is increased, intensity increases. Now, the intensity is maximum only at particular these wavelengths. At these wavelengths. Say this is for first body, second body, third body. First body is lambda m1, lambda m2, lambda m3, lambda m3. This is third body. This is second body. This is first body. So, the intensity is maximum at a particular wavelength. The intensity of radiation is maximum at a particular wavelength. As the temperature increases, of the body increases, wavelength corresponding to maximum intensity lambda m decreases. That means as the temperature is gradually increased, lambda m gradually decreases. That means it will shift towards the left, towards a shorter wavelength region. And finally, what they have found is there is a relation between the wavelength lambda m and temperature of the body. Therefore, wavelength corresponding to the maximum intensity lambda m is inversely proportional to absolute temperature. And these are the results found by Spencer and Friendship and Lehman. And after then, Wien has found that there is a definite relationship between the wavelength corresponding to the maximum intensity and absolute temperature of the black body, and this relation was very useful to determine the temperature of hot bodies such as stars and so on. So, as the body wavelength emitted by the body is more, then its temperature is less. If the wavelength is less, then the temperature is more. For example, a red hot body is at lower temperature than a green body, whereas a body that emits violet radiation will be even at further high temperatures. Therefore, in that manner, by comparing their wavelengths, you can compare temperatures of the black bodies by using this relation. And Wien has determined the exact relation between them, and it is called as Wien's displacement law, and let us derive the Wien's displacement law.